Hey guys, okay, so my name is Heather Moran. I am a brand photographer. I am located here in beautiful Columbus, Ohio. I help boss babes slay their online visibility with brand photos. I'm going to talk to you today about authenticity, which is really closely related to being real and transparent online. So, first thing, don't lie about who you are because people will figure that out. People can smell that kind of stuff miles away. So don't lie about it. Just tell us everybody about who you are because that's what people want to know. That's what your audience wants to know. They want to know who you are and kind of like just as a person, not as the business, okay? Another thing, share things behind the scenes. So before I did this video, I actually took a little selfie from the back end showing the camera setup, showing my computer screens here beneath the camera, and just kind of like, this is what's going on that you're not necessarily seeing in preparation of, things like that. People love that stuff. It's great. That is the good stuff to share in like your Instagram stories, because then that's where people are going to find like the real in life moments, things that are actually happening, and just where they get to feel like they get to really connect with you more, right? So, voicing your opinion, even if others don't like it, this is a hard pill for a lot of people to swallow. So many people are so worried about what other people think. We're constantly worrying about what Karen's going to say, right? Or what Fred over here is going to think. What you have to do is you have to ignore them. You can't worry about what other people are going to say because there are millions and millions of people in the world and not all of them are going to agree with you. Not all of them are going to like what you have to say. So just say how you feel inside so that you can put that out into the world. Don't be afraid to be real. Don't be afraid to swear. Don't be afraid to show up messy or to take up space. That is how you are going to grow your brand and show up as a real person so people know that you're not kind of putting on this facade and being fake and just another online influencer or anything like that. People want to know the real you. I personally swear a lot, so people know that. I drop the F-bombs all the time. You can show up with no makeup on. If you can show up, like your feed will have beautiful, gorgeous photos of you, right? You'll have your makeup done, your hair's done, but don't let that deter you from showing up with no makeup on or a really bad hair day, like, because it's so bad you just throw it up in a bun. Don't worry about showing up that way because that's also being real, right? That is taking up that space. That is putting that opinion out there. That is what people really want to see. That's like the meat of your story, right? Is that knowing we're just like each other in all the ways. Being real online is not hiding behind stock photos. I'm going to say that one more time for those of you in the back. Being real online is not hiding behind stock photos. Stock photos are great on occasion, but you should not be relying solely on stock photos to show up online and to talk about your business and let those fully represent your business, because if they don't even correlate to what you do or what your brand is about, it's not even helping you, it's actually hurting you. Don't do that. But also utilizing them minimally keeps that nice aesthetic, right? We want those nice photos of like the desktop and the keyboards and the coffee mugs and the phones and things. That is great, but you don't want that all the time. What you do want is to get your beautiful face out there just like this in a video, in a story on your Instagram, but you need photos of you to show up as a real person. They want to know that you have this business, but it's not just this wall. It's not a front, if you will, right? They want to know the real person that owns the business, that's running the business. Maybe you're part of a bigger corporation, but you love working there. Share that. Put that out there. Let people know that you, even if you don't own your own business and you work for somebody else, that this is what you get to do. This is what you get to be. Having a brand doesn't mean you own a business. Having a brand is the business of yourself, of you as a person, your personality. That is a personal brand, and that is what part of that all ties into being real and transparent, is just talking about it. Another thing that it's really hard for people to do, and I myself go through this sometimes, it can be really hard, is to be vulnerable. Being vulnerable does not mean going out and like spewing all of your things, oversharing, right? Because you are allowed to have a private life. Being vulnerable is sharing that opinion that you're sure is probably controversial. Being vulnerable is opening up and letting people see that you're hurting about something, right? Like something happened in your life, like your personal life or even your business. And it's letting people in. It's showing up and saying, maybe it's saying, I made a mistake, but you're owning up to your mistake, right? So maybe it's, talking about things that happen in your life, right? Like maybe something happened in your immediate family, something, I don't know, it could be anything, right? But things like that, where you open up and let people in, that's being vulnerable because you're letting people come in and you're asking them to sit with you as you are going through this. Also, it means aligning your values with your content, whether it's personal or professional. So if you know your brand values and you make sure that that shows up, make sure that it's all in alignment. Make sure there's nothing contradicting between how you act, what you say, between what the hell you post online, right? So if something does not feel right, make that tweak. Maybe adjust the fact that something is a little off, right? And then the other thing is let people know how you're doing. This goes back to being vulnerable. If you're not having a good day, it's okay to tell people, especially right now during quarantine. There were days that I personally have been like, I want to stay in bed all day and I want to cry. And I allowed myself to feel that emotion and feel depressed and anxious and all of the things. And then I got to the point where I was able to get up out of bed and go and do these things. And maybe for you, that doesn't mean you get out of bed the same day. Maybe that means you stay in bed that day. But it doesn't matter, the fact that you are going to share that and let people in and share your emotions. So I hope you find this helpful, and I hope to see you soon.